Today we're going to talk about stacking exposures for astrophotography. Have you ever taken a photo of the night sky only to find out that it's not as vibrant or detailed as you'd hoped? Stacking exposures might be the answer you've been looking for. Hi, I'm Marianne, and today we're diving into the magical world of exposure stacking in astrophotography. Whether you're just starting out or looking to up your game, this video has you covered. Let's get started. So, what exactly is exposure stacking? Simply put, it's a technique where you combine multiple photos of the same subject to create one stunning image. This process reduces noise and brings out the hidden details in the stars, nebula, and galaxies you're photographing. Here's a comparison of a single exposure and a stacked image. Notice how much more detail and clarity we get with the stacking. This is the highly visible Orion Nebula, or M42. From the very first exposure on the left, we see bright lights, color, and beauty. The image on the right has 121 stacked single 10-second exposures layered together to add more detail, light, and contrast. These two images are of the Crab Nebula, or M1. The image on the left is only one 10-second exposure of that object. The image on the right is a stacked image which contains 214 of those 10-second exposures stacked together to emphasize the light captured and combine the results into one image. This image shows the stark difference between just one exposure and the combining of many exposures into one image. So how do we do this stacking? To get started, you'll need a DSLR camera or a mirrorless camera, a sturdy tripod, and ideally a star tracker to help with long exposures. The star trackers are a device that attaches to a telescope to assist with tracking movements and rotation of objects in the night sky. The Seastar S50 and S30 have a tracker device inside its mechanism, so no additional tracker is needed with these telescopes. For software, I recommend Deep Sky Stacker for beginners. It's free and pretty user-friendly. Other great options include PixInsight and Photoshop. Those are going to cost you a little bit more though. For Seastar users, the app includes a Deep Sky Stacker option in the app. Now let's break it down into simple steps. Step 1, you capture your photos. There's a variety of methods for doing this depending on your setup. But in general, set your camera to manual mode, use a high ISO, and take multiple shots of the same area. Don't forget your dark, flat, and bias frames. If you're using a Seastar, all of this is done for you. Step 2, organize your files. Save everything in RAW format and separate them into folders on your computer. Step 3, load them into your stacking software. In this video, we are just explaining the process and won't go into depth tutorials or examples of using specific software. Step 4, finally, enhance your stacked image with post-processing. Tweak the contrast, the color, and brightness to bring your image to life. This can be done as simply as on a smartphone, editing software, Photoshop, or other methods. It's easy to make mistakes when starting out. Common issues include misaligned stars and overprocessed images. Don't worry, practice makes perfect. Here's another example of a stacked image. The first image on the left has 105 stacked 10-second exposures, while the one on the right has 251. Do you see the difference that stacking larger quantities of exposures can have on an image? The more high quality exposures you have to stack, the more detail and quality in the image you end up with. This gives a jumping off point for you enhancing with color, brightening, contrast, etc. Be patient with yourself as you embark on this next hobby that is post processing of the image. Gathering the images was the first hobby, and now you're ready to post process with the second hobby. I hope you're feeling inspired to try exposure stacking for yourself. If you find this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more astrophotography tips, and let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Until next time, clear skies.